So a lot of people, they come up to me on the street and they ask me, Greg, you're a famous poet. Thousands, millions, billions of people know your name. How do you write your stuff? How do you think of your stuff? And I smile. I brush off some dirt from my shoulder because I have some dirt on my shoulder for some reason. I think someone put it there. I don't know. And I take out my wad of cash and I just start fanning myself because I'm kind of hot. You know, I'm parched. It's hot outside. And I look at them in the eye and this is what I tell them. I say, you suck. You suck. You're a horrible human being. Get out of my face. And then they do. They leave. They cry. And as I'm walking, I smile. I smile just a little bit because I'm a sadistic bastard. I like harming people. And then I turn around and I say, you there, you come back here. And they do because they're in awe of my brilliance. And then I say, all right, hold on. This is actually how you write good poetry. You need an idea. Now I know what you're thinking. I have ideas. No, you don't. Your ideas are bad. You need a new perspective on life. If you think that you have ideas, you don't have ideas. You have thoughts, all right? And those thoughts can be turned into ideas that are good. But first, we need to refine them. You cannot have an idea that has been done before. Now, what do I mean by that? Everyone has done something before, right? I mean, just because there's poems about love, does that mean I can't write a poem about love? Not really. You can write a poem about love, but you cannot write it in a way that's been done before. Everyone their mother has written a love poem. Probably your mother has had love poems written about her. Oh, that's not a diss. I don't know why I played that up as a diss. The point is, you can't have an unoriginal poem because there's too much competition on the market for poems right now. You can't have a poem about something that's been done before. What do I mean by that? Do I mean you can't have a poem about a sunset because there's poems about sunsets? No, you can have a poem about a sunset, but you need to have a twist on it. You need to spin it in a certain way that hasn't been spun before. So yes, there has been thousands and thousands of poems about love, but each one has its own spin. You just can't spin it in the same way that someone else has spun it. Shakespeare has done all the allusions to the sky and the sun and whatever and the moon, blah, 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 blah. So you can't do that about love. But say you want to say, you know, your love has reminded you of some specific childhood memory. That's cool. That's a cool relation. You can spin it that way. Or say you want to talk about how your love has brought you a lot of bad times, but those bad times were important to you and just as special as the good times because, I don't know, because the person who was giving you the bad times was your love, and you love them so much it makes all the bad times good times. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but like those are good ideas. Not to toot my own horn, but those are good ideas. You can use those to make an interesting poem that no one else has seen before, and it's because you took a concept that's innate in all humans, the idea of love, and you spun it. You spun it in your own unique way to make a unique poem. So you need to have a kernel of originality that no one's done before, but you also need to play upon emotions that people already have. So you're not going to ever write a poem about the winds on Mars because there's no human element to that. I mean, actually, come to think of it, you could write a poem about the winds of Mars because, and like, say that's like relating to how your mind is very turbulent, I guess. But I mean, forget it. The important part is that you have a kernel of originality that relates to the human consciousness, which is basically what all poetry is doing. It's relating in some way to this big human experience we all have, and you are appealing to that big human experience while also appealing to it in ways that it hasn't been appealed to before. So your own personal spin on a subject that is, as of yet, known but not completely explored. So yeah, do that, and then maybe your poetry will suck less. I hope I didn't come off as too much of a douche here. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.